being president before he's ever been elected. You know, it's really hard to be perceived as the president of the United States before you take and occupy this office. I've never seen anybody do it. I've never seen anybody take the mantle of the president of the United States away from the president. Never. Because you're used to all of the trappings of the president, and they behave differently. They're statesmen. Obama, on the other hand, has mastered arrogance and low blows. He is a community organizer in the worst sense. He is a guy who taught Saul Alinsky. So he doesn't understand. He has brought the Oval down to him instead of the Oval elevating the man. Now, the reason why I said Romney may have made the right choice last night is because of the latest attack on Romney from the president. They are framing him as a warmonger. Watch.
President Obama ended the Iraq War. Mitt Romney would have left 30,000 troops there and called bringing them home tragic. Obama's brought 30,000 soldiers back from Afghanistan and has a responsible plan to end the war. Romney calls it Obama's biggest mistake.
When our U.S. diplomats were attacked in Libya, the New York Times said Romney's knee-jerk response showed an extraordinary lack of presidential character. And even Republican experts said Romney's remarks were the worst possible reaction to what happened. If this is how he handles the world now, just think what Mitt Romney might do as president.
Okay, so that's the attack. Now, maybe this was a preemptive strike to get Romney to shut up. But if you saw that and thought he lacks presidential character, he's a warmonger, and then you watched last night, you didn't see the guy that's going to throw us into more wars. But this has happened over and over again. The president has painted him as a guy with no compassion. He's a guy that's too elite, too wealthy to possibly understand the trials of the average family, right? We've seen it.
We have to help each other out. We have to be willing to help each other out. And we'll get through the hard times. And that's important.
A person like Mitt Romney, however, everything that I hear says that I'm not important. We the people are not important anymore.
I think that's the most ridiculous thing, everything I hear. Okay. What Romney has done is show that the president has been lying to you again. Everything you hear. Who are you hearing it from? Maybe you should start questioning the sources. Because he's not the guy that Obama and the media is saying he is. That's an amazing gift to be presented with, to then be able to show the American people the truth, all without ever calling the president a liar. Not to his face or behind his back. Wow. Don't you wish the president could maybe do something like that?
Let me just respond. Nothing Governor Romney just said is true. Starting with this notion of me apologizing. This has been probably the biggest whopper that's been told during the course of this campaign.
You know that to be untrue. Just like when he said, look, the only reason why gas prices are $1.87 back when I took office is because the economy was so bad. The only reason why it's $4 a gallon now is because the economy is so good. The same thing when he says we've created 5 million new jobs or whatever it is. You just know that's not true. You know. It's definitely not the biggest whopper. But this false image of Romney definitely is. If you watch this show, you knew before others did who this guy was. You saw it firsthand, the incredible stories of families that Mitt Romney has helped, the supply of milk that he sent for homeless veterans anonymously. If you watch the debate, here's the guy you saw.
You said by now we'd be at 5.4% unemployment. We're 9 million jobs short of that. I've met some of those people. I've met them in Appleton, Wisconsin. I met a young woman in Philadelphia who's coming out of college, can't find work. Ann was with someone just the other day that was just weeping about not being able to get work. It's just a tragedy in a nation so prosperous as ours that these last 4 years have been so hard.
You follow that with every time he was attacked last night, he said, this isn't helping create jobs. This isn't helping fix us. I was falling asleep last night, and I was thinking about all of this. And I thought, I've never seen anyone become the president before they were president. And then I wondered if I was alone in seeing that. I wondered if I was alone in being able to see the difference between good and evil, of liars and truth tellers. Look, I don't think Romney is the perfect candidate by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know about some of his policies, but I do know who Barack Obama is. I do know how his operatives work. I do know that he taught Saul Alinsky a book dedicated to Lucifer. And I know who Mitt Romney is. I know he actually is a decent man. I wondered if people can see how Obama backpedaled on his trip to Israel and our friendship with him. If we can't see that, then we're going to destroy ourselves. It's going to happen. Because we've become so unpegged from the truth that nothing really matters. There's no truth anymore. And when there's no truth, nothing can stand. But as I was closing my eyes and falling asleep, I began to wonder, but yet, why am I filled with this overwhelming sense of, it's good, it's good? And I think it's because there are good people in America, millions of good, great, decent people, both Republican and Democrat, that truly care about the truth, that are out there struggling and may not be plugged in every day to everything that's going on because they're busy and they're tired, but they're still decent. Some of them are praying, some of them are fasting. I've given up chocolate cake and soda. My gosh, for the love of Pete, don't make me do that for nothing. Get out and finish the job. The event is in the hand of God.